Hey guys, it's me JSHDIY and welcome back to my channel and welcome to another Testing Tuesday. In today's video, I'm going to be testing my subscribers' most popular recipes from this week to see if they actually work. So today we're going to be making some of these DIYs and we'll see if they work. The first recipe we're going to be testing out today says that if you take heat protector and you put it under a hair straightener, it turns into slime. So we're testing this out right now. So first off, some of you guys might not know what heat protector is, but basically what it is it's just a solution of oil to protect your hair from heat, especially when you are straightening it so it doesn't get damaged from the intense heat of the hair straightener. The hair oil I'm using it today is specifically paraben free, and I had seen this video that was showing that paraben free heat protectors make slime when put under a hair straightener. So we're going to test this out. All I have right here is my sister's hair straightener, which I'm going to be borrowing. And as you guys can see, when I clamped it down the first time, it kind of burned a little bit. But we are going to see if I can show you guys this a little better under a different angle, because I want to see what this is like once it's all cooled down, because it's supposed to roll into a little ball of slime. So I'm going to move so we can show you guys this a little bit better. But right here, you guys can see it is a little bit burnt. I only put like one little spritz, which was barely anything. But as you guys can see, it did some sort of a weird burn. And when I rolled this all together, it did clump into a little ball of slime. So I was extremely shocked, and I instantly went back to plug the hair straightener in again and try this again, because as you guys can see, it did turn into a little ball of slime, which was unbelievable. Because it worked, we're going to try this again, but this time I actually opened up the container and poured some onto the straightener so that we could get a lot more product. And as you guys can see, when clamped under the hair straightener, it did turn into slime again. So I let it cool down and then I rolled it into a ball again. And as you guys can see, this literally worked 100%. It literally made clear slime, and I was literally shocked. Can we take a second to admire this incredible matcha boba? Like, just even look at those ice cubes. Anyways, the next recipe we're going to be testing out says that if you take aloe vera in water and let it sit overnight, it will turn into slime over time. So we are going to be testing this out. Also, I just said a rhyme a second ago. But basically, I have this fresh aloe vera, which I picked up from my local Whole Foods. And as you guys can see, when you cut it open, it has clear gel, which we are supposed to skin out of the outer shell. I have no idea if this is gonna work, but this I can say for sure was super satisfying just to do. But I do know that I have made slime using aloe vera as an ingredient in the past by using the aloe vera gel, but I haven't done anything like this, and I don't know how aloe vera gel is even made to begin with. But this recipe says that just aloe vera sitting in water will turn into slime over time, which I keep saying that rhyme, but we're gonna see if this works. Also, it's important for me to mention that this recipe had no proportions at all of how much aloe I was supposed to use. And also, I was instantly kind of confused because it didn't have any amount of water it said I was supposed to use. And I don't know, like, if we're supposed to add a ton of water later on or only a little bit. But as you guys can see, I just added in the aloe I had already cut up into this little plastic container. And I cut up a little bit more aloe and just popped it into our container as well. Aloe vera gel was extremely slimy, as you guys can see, like that little hole that it did, but I put it all into the container and it felt super slimy, and then I just kind of chopped it up because I assumed that the big pieces weren't gonna do much or be able to dissolve. And then I added in a little bit of cold water, which I measured out, and I added in about a 1/4 cup just so that I can have a reference for if this doesn't work or if it does work in the future. So first I wanted to check on how it was 15 minutes after sitting into the water, and as you guys can see, it kind of looks exactly the same. And at this point, some sort of little daring idea popped into my head, and I thought instead of letting this sit overnight, what would happen if I microwaved it? So I popped it into the microwave, and the first time it came out, it already was looking a lot more slime-like. The reason I decided to do this is because when I was cutting up the aloe, there would be these like strings of slime, and I was like, if this was microwaved and condensed, it would totally feel like slime. And there was so much of that stringy slime stuff when I had let it sit for 15 minutes in the water that I decided to do this. When I took the aloe out of the microwave with the water, you guys, the stringy stuff was completely slime. Now the actual fruit of the aloe was still kind of the same, except for it seemed like it shrunk a little bit down, but you guys have no idea how unbelievably shocked I was that any of you guys that have worked on this recipe before, let me know if I should have just done it the original way by letting it sit overnight and dry out with the aloe, and if you guys want me to do that again the original way, let me know. Next slime recipe we're going to be testing says that if you take a bath bomb and put it in shampoo, it will turn into slime over time in the fridge, which I am very skeptical of and confused about. I know that certain shampoos can thicken up and turn into slime in the fridge, but I've never heard of this whole bath bomb trick. But these bath bomb slimes seem to be going viral all the time recently, so we are going to be checking this one out and seeing if this works. Starting off, just to make things a little bit more fun, I'm going to be putting some glitter in the bottom of the bowl because we don't have to mix anything. I just thought we would do something to spice it up a little bit. Then next, right here, I have the bath bomb, which I'm using this cotton candy bath bomb, and this is supposed to be the key to this recipe, and you are just supposed to put it into your container and then pour shampoo on top of it. So right here, I have this Dial coconut water shampoo. It is this like really pretty greeny blue color, and I am just going to be pouring this into our bowl. So apparently over time, the bath bomb is supposed to turn the shampoo into slime in the fridge, so I put this into the fridge for 4 days, and here is how the slime was after sitting in the fridge for the 4 days. For the moment of truth, let's touch the shampoo and see how it is. It literally turned into slime. Okay. I poked it and I instantly noticed that the shampoo was super slimy. The shampoo was also really cold just from being in the fridge for so long, but as you guys can see, this worked. These bath bomb shampoo slimes seem to be so easy and they keep going viral, so I will continue to test these out. But basically what I think is happening is that people are saying there is a lot of salt and also baking soda in the bath bomb, and so when you put the bath bomb into the shampoo, over time only a tiny bit will actually seep into the slime, so it basically gives the perfect amount of little activator and you don't have to do any mixing, so it is instantly clear. You can pull your bath bomb out and reuse it for another slime later, but as you guys can see, this made the perfect shampoo slime. I find that oftentimes Dial shampoos like this one need a lot of salt to activate it, so I definitely felt a little bit jiggly, and that is also kind of a common trait for fridge slimes. But as you guys can see, this turned out really good, and I was so happy it worked. Okay guys, the next slime recipe we are going to be testing out together is this edible Gatorade clear slime. Now, I don't often make edible slime, so I am very excited for this one, not only to see if this could possibly work, but also because we're making something that we can maybe be able to eat, which of course excites me. So today I'm going to be using this little Bunsen burner, which is basically just like a burner, but that I can plug in because I wanted to show you guys up in my slime studio. So I turned it on to medium heat, which is what the recipe said, and then I poured in 3 bottles of blue glacier Gatorade, which is the best kind. You guys can't argue me. So starting off, the recipe did say to pour in 3 bottles of Gatorade, which is honestly kind of a lot. I had to go to Walgreens to pick up the Gatorade, and then it says to stir periodically until it boils down. So basically you are supposed to stir in order to not burn the Gatorade. So I stirred, and then it said once you start to stir and see small surface bubbles around the ring of the pan, you need to add in a couple tablespoons of light corn syrup, which is what I have right here. So I added a generous amount of the corn syrup, and I just started stirring. It didn't really affect the texture too much, but I continued to stir while it boiled down, and it eventually got to this point where it was a thick, syrupy consistency. Then next up, the recipe called for 1/4 a teaspoon of cream of tartar and 1/2 a teaspoon of tapioca starch, which I have right here. And these two ingredients are a little bit obscure, but we're supposed to add them into our Gatorade syrup solution, and we are supposed to alongside add in a cup of ice cold water, which I had in the glass right beside the pan. Instantly, when I poured in the ice cold water and I started to stir, the slime completely clumped up. And I also had the burner off at this point, and I also had let the slime sit for 15 minutes to cool down a little bit, which is exactly what the recipe said. And when I poured the cold water in, the slime completely turned into slime. Because before this, it was just a syrup. I actually could not believe that this recipe worked because I was not at all expecting it to work, and the texture was really good. Like on my hands it was kind of sticky, but it felt like a little bit like a clear slime, and it looked really cool. It had this darkish blue color because of the glacier Gatorade being boiled down. Okay, this is getting bad, but add the cold water on top of the Gatorade. Then you were supposed to add either the remainder of your cold water or a new glass of cold water on top of the Gatorade in a fresh container just to let your slime cool down. And that is exactly what I did, and this slime was so good. I honestly kind of regretted adding the cold water onto the new bowl of slime because it seemed like it was kind of melting it down a bit, but I also realized that if I wouldn't have added the cold water, it probably wouldn't have cooled down. But the slime was pretty transparent, and it was so good, and I literally cannot believe it worked. Not the best angle or lighting, but I'm gonna set my bubble tea aside for a second because I think that we need to try our Gatorade slime, because I feel like if I was watching this, I would want to know what it tastes like. So right here, I have a little plate just to be fancy with a little bit of our Gatorade slime, and we're gonna give it a try. Okay. It's kind of hard to swallow, sorry. Okay, so it tastes like corn syrup more than anything else, which is really weird. But it tastes pretty good. It tastes like Gatorade, and it's definitely very condensed, so it's super sweet, even though I'm a sweet tooth and I'm obsessed with sweet things. But I thought we would try our Gatorade slime because I know that I would want to see what the Gatorade slime tastes like. Okay, so that was, I think, the last slime of the video, so let's get to the outro. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you guys had your recipes tested today, thank you so much. If you guys want to see your recipes tested in my next Testing Tuesday, make sure to comment them down below. You guys can follow me on Instagram at JSHDIY, and do not forget to be subscribed. Now, go click on one of the videos up on the screen, and I will see you guys over there. Bye, guys!